The idea of reincarnation is a bit
It's freaky.
yeah, it's questionable as well, because like, would you prefer to be reincarnated knowing absolutely nothing, like you're a clean slate, or would you want to be reincarnated with knowing everything you know?
I'd want to know all the knowledge without any of the people, because if you knew the people, can you imagine? Imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you're like, "Hi, mom." She's like, "Who are you? What the fuck are you doing? Get out of my house." Can you imagine that fear of people having no idea everything that you've done and who you are and what you've been through together? Like if you came into school one day and no one knew who you were, but you knew who they were. That is brutal.
Yeah.
I could not go through that.
So you know, the Spider-Man.
Yeah, bro. It's the Spider-Man
like,
shit.
Yeah, when he goes into the cafe and he's just like,
bro, that broke. Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I was like,
Oh, I fucking.
just say something.
I cried. When we can say spoilers, surely. I mean, one, we don't have any viewers, and two, it's like been like 4 months. When Aunt May died.
That was
That made me cry, and then at the end, I cried then.
It was
sobbing real boy tears in the cinema.
It was when all three of them were like about to like go back or whatever, and they were all gonna forget him, and they were on like the Statue of Liberty like island bit, and it was just kind of like, oh, he's actually gonna like. That's like some emotional strength to be able to like do that.
Yeah, no.
Like to forget everyone and like.
Yeah, the Tom Holland character arc is very interesting, but like, could you do that? Do you think? I don't know if I could. To save everyone, I suppose. Yeah, like fucking the whole multiverse, whatever. But like, I'm thinking me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'd have to be like in a different like country or something where I could start fresh, maybe, to be able to like handle it. Because if I was like if I was living in the same town or whatever, and I walk past them every day and they just like didn't even look at me, and I'm like, and they have no recollection of me, I think that would be a bit more painful.
Imagine you're like swinging, building the building, you look in a window, and you see your ex-GF getting railed. God, imagine if it was by like one of your friends as well. Like, and you just have to do that and be like, all right.
That's why I want to be in. Why I want to be in a different country.
Yeah, like, that's pain.
The thing is though, it's not as if like they've gone behind your back and done that, because they don't.
You can't be angry because it's
they don't know you anymore.
No.
So you can't be like, "Fuck you, you're a snake."
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, "What? Who are you?"
They were just two people that got on. Oh, bro, that'd make me a villain. I reckon if I had superpowers, it would be so easy for me to be corrupt. I would not give a fuck.
What like superpower would you want?
I always think Spider-Man powers would be one of the sickest powers because they're the most sort of like accessible, if that makes sense. In the sense of, obviously, like Doctor Strange, who can teleport and all that. Doctor Strange's powers would also be fucking sick. But as soon as he loses his thing, he's basically done. Day to day, probably Spider-Man.
Would you like have his like Tobey Maguire's got like
Tobey Maguire? Yeah, I'd have Tobey Maguire. None of the fucking web shooter shit. None of me doing that. Like, bro, that'd be fucking sick. What about you? And you can't say Spider-Man because they're mine.
Batman be rich, rich as fuck.
Rich and smart.
Maybe.
It's difficult because there are so many different. I feel like as soon as you get one, you're basically a god.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Like,
you're like just way above everyone else. Maybe the Flash or like Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool is a good one until you get to the point where you like you're bored of it and you want to die. I feel like there will be a point where you want to die as Deadpool. Surely. Maybe you would just get so like carefree though, like you don't give a fuck anymore. Like you just start like pissed about with everyone. Yeah, but then all your friends and family are dead. He doesn't age. Like there's literally a thing where he kills everybody in the Marvel universe because he can. Like, you know what I mean? If it's getting to the point where you're that bored, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe.
Deadpool's powers with an off switch. That would be sick.
Maybe we'll get to like 50 or 60, then I'll just like.
When you get to 50 or 60?
Yeah.
Really? You see, now, because I'd want to live a little. Like, you know, if I mean, like, what's the point in having powers? If you, see, 50, like...
Well, I want to... Like you said about, like, your friends and family.
So you're
going,
saying
like,
you'd then start to grow old?
Yeah, with them.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant as in you'd end at 50 and 60.
No.
Okay. Would you... So if you got them now, though, when they're 50 and 60, you'd be 18. Like that, you'd have...
Yeah.
Time travel would also be sick if it wasn't so sort of like technical. You know what I mean?
It's like you can't when you start to like mess with things like in the past and the future, then it just gets so complicated and messed up because then it has a knock-on effect of like in every direction.
Yeah.
So it's like the Rick and Morty episode where like they kind of tried to do a time episode, but everything just got so fucking messed up.
Yeah.
Like if I say, like, I don't know, like if I didn't move to mold, this wouldn't happen. I'd be a completely different person. You'd probably be a different person.
Much better. Happier in life. It's not even just that. If we hadn't gone on that walk, if you'd been like, oh, sorry, man, like, I'm too sore, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. Well, we still might, like you said about the fate, like everything kind of
true. Yeah, we might
comes to one road eventually.
Might have been, you know, chilling one day, you know. Yeah.
I want to start a podcast.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I reckon. I don't know. Thank God we did go on that walk. You know, otherwise we wouldn't have this immense viewer base and, you know, lots of money from the podcast.
Well, if I was going to time travel, I'd want to time travel, but just like not intervene with anything and just observe. Like I can't be seen, I can't touch anything, I can't be affected by anything. I'm just watching. I just like to observe like historical moments. I just like to watch what was going on. Would you want to go into the future though? No. Like if something bad was going to happen, like or anything really, but like would you want to see?
Maybe. Well, yeah, I probably would if I could. I'd be like, oh, let's go fuck about. See what cool shit I've got. Or what if you do it and you're like, what if you go like 5 years into the future? It's like, oh, I want to see what I'm like, and it's an apocalypse. Like,
start preparing.
Yeah.
Go back and start like building the shelter and shit and stocking up. So then you could be ready. Like there's like doomsday preppers, isn't there?
Yeah, fucking living your life in fear like that. I couldn't. That's crippling fear.
I suppose maybe it's not fear though, because you've got that you probably have a community of people, and then plus you're gonna have that backup plan of if things go to shit, I've got a nuclear bunker that I can just go and chill out in for 5 years.
Yeah, but can you fucking imagine living in not being able to go outside to see the sunlight or like any of that shit for 5 years?
Imagine like being blown up by a nuke.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like instant vaporization.
What if you're like not like in that immediate blast zone and you just like
you die to death due to radiation poisoning or some shit?
That's gonna be painful as fuck, isn't it? Like, because you're gonna start like vomiting and like.
That's definitely not the worst of the things there.
Well, because that's like the start of it, isn't it? Like,
and then your flesh melts off.
Yeah, it's like, like the Chernobyl thing, like when the firefighters like
they
got there,
he, like touches the graphite with his hands and shit.
They got there and they were fine. Half an hour later, they're like feeling a bit weird. Then they're like throwing up, and then like an hour later, they're all dropping dead. Like
that's so awful.
It's scary as well. I know Ukraine, like they said, like because like Russian fire and whatnot. Yeah. There's like radiation leaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck! They took Chernobyl, didn't they? And they like stopped the water supply or some.
Why? What's like? Yeah, okay. Like I don't understand trying to just invade this random country, but then fucking with like a nuclear like waste site.
Yeah, I think Putin knows he's going to be dead within the next 5 years. I think really, if he doesn't, I don't think he'll die from this, but he'll probably get assassinated or something.
Yeah, I think they are trying to like get him out.
So I think he's just now. Well, I mean, like, you know, fuck it. You know what I mean? He's a madman. Like not like oh, that was beast. Like he is genuinely insane.
Apparently he's got an addiction to steroids. You've seen that in the news.
Join the club, bro. No, like, what though? Like, is he?
That's why he's making like so angry. Apparently.
Oh, he's got roid rage.
Well, it was there's pretty clear symptoms. He's got roid rage. He's like trying to invade the. And he must be on some fucking like mad shit because he's trying to like invade the world.
Has he got gyno, whatever it's called there?
I don't know.
Ask him. Email him. So many pictures of your tits.
P.S. fuck you. Yo, thanks for watching this this clip. If you liked watching this, somewhere around the screen will be like the full episode or whatever, and you can go watch that. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and comment. We'll hopefully see you in the next episode.